Hi. So this is more of a random video, but I want to talk about some of the comments I get. To a lot of people, the topics I talk about might seem crazy. To those that are experiencing something creepy and crazy, speaking of being masked by entities, experiencing incubus and succubus attacks, and all of these directed targeting weapons and all the other things, I pitch a lot of those stuff. I talk about it, and people are saying like, "Well, it's depressing. It's negative. Why are you doing this?" And to me, I know that the public, everyone can choose what to focus on, and it's really important. And it's really important to take care of yourself, putting yourself first, putting your own needs first, and making sure you're doing fine in the world. That's really important. And at the same time, it's like people who are depressed. If we would look at the subject, the crazy stuff, the entities, aliens, and all the other crazy things that are happening to people, the paranormal stuff, when they talk about it, they feel like they're all alone. Because whenever they speak up about those things that are happening to them, no one else really understands it. It's not like they can just open up an article and it's gonna be like Mayo Clinic or something, and they're giving you all the symptoms and signs and why it's happening to you and what you can do for it, natural remedies and stuff like that. Yay! It's not the first page of Google. It's gonna be the fifth, seventh, the sixth, or something, and you have to dig deeper. The first ones are gonna say, "Oh, you've had paranormal visitations. Would you like to go to a psychiatrist? Would you like to take a few pills? Because that's not normal. You should not experience that, and you're kind of crazy, and you should see a doctor, and they should do stuff on you, and you will end up in a nut house, and they'll calm you down, and once you get out, stop talking about that shit, don't even bring it up. And if you do, then it's not normal. And a lot of people who experience something a bit out of this world, they're afraid to talk about it. They're feeling all alone and they end up isolated. And this is exactly what, let's say, certain groups who have a bit more control in the world, they love that stuff. Divide and conquer. Creating opinions that would divide people, that would split them up and isolate them and make them feel all alone. That's a great tactic. But I think in this world, where a lot of what we would call logic and those are the laws of the world are simple agreements. We agreed on what is math and numbers and all of these meanings. We made up the rules to explain stuff. But why can't we accept that there are people who are able to see a bit more? We don't have to call them crazy. People just have a different sight. They're able to tune in differently, tune into different frequencies and see more, hear more. And that's fine. And there's just so many people who experience entity attacks, paranormal events. And that feeling like a lot of these sessions that I do are of people who are single and they're looking for connection. They just want that one person where they could talk freely, be themselves, be accepted. You don't necessarily have to agree with everything they say. They just want to be tolerated. And hey, okay, yeah, I hear what you say. That's your opinion. That's your reality. Good, fine. But you don't go into you're crazy or nuts. And I talk about soul traps. I talk about a lot of different things. I'm not pushing that everyone will experience all this stuff, that it's normal, that this is the way it is. There's a lot of different realities, a lot of different beliefs, a lot of different truths, and the truth is simply what you choose to believe in. That's it. So everyone is right in their own world. We just have to accept it. Well, at least I do. Anyway, for me, all of these subjects, I know that it might be negative to a lot of people, and we can choose what to focus on, but at least while I'm not the guru, while I'm not the pro, while I'm not the best, while I too am going through weird things in life, at least I want to be the one that will lend the ear, so to speak. That will be there for those that are experiencing something crazy. I'm not an expert, but I've been through stuff. I've seen stuff. I'm not gonna explain and tell you what it is exactly, but I'm gonna help you dive within yourself and find all the answers if I can. And so I don't think it's depressing. I don't think it's negative. Not my world, not my view. In my view, I think it's important for people to be able to talk about all of these different subjects and to be accepted and stop this whole isolation and calling people names and labels and stuff. We just dig deeper, try to find stuff and look for various tools and things that might help people. It's not like they're wanting to experience that stuff. People have Kundalini awakenings, they have all of these energy surges, and it's just too much for some people. Too much insight. It's not like that was their dream. It's not like they chose to do it. For some people, it happens randomly. There are triggers around, and it changes their whole world within seconds and moments. And they didn't want that. A lot of people don't, not to that extent. They're like, hey, I just want to live a normal life, not be targeted, not be crazy and stuff. And here it is, all of these things, and they're trying to deal with it. They're looking for answers. And when they do, when they're trying to talk about it, they're being called crazy, they're being called names, and they end up living in fear. Feeling like, okay, so now I'm suffering, but if I seek help, I'm gonna get targeted, and I better just close up and don't talk about stuff. I don't think it's right. I think like we should be able to talk about these different subjects. You experience something different that no one else talked about. Bring it up. Let's hear it out. Why should we call that one person crazy? And that's like one of the biggest things. People will not believe and give a damn until they experience it themselves. But when it happens to them, and they're looking for answers, and they're trying to understand what the hell is going on, and they're trying to feel like they're not going crazy, they're not alone, they were doing that stuff to others, and now they're in the other person's shoes. Like, don't. Don't spit in the well that you're gonna drink from. Don't put the gunpowder in the honey. It's all as simple, like we have all these quotes and saying, and it's just like simple understanding. Anyway, just a little rant. There's a lot of different belief systems, a lot of different sites, a lot of different experiences, and if your life's going fine, amazing. Just take care of yourself, do your own thing. But you have something crazy, weird going on. I don't think we should have that person isolated. I don't think we should have that person who is experiencing a bit more than others called crazy and saying that, hey, you're negative. Stop talking about this stuff. No, 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 no. Opposite. Bring it up. Let's talk about it. Let's hear it out. We might look for why. We might look for what. And how do you feel about it? And what would you like done about it? Let's discuss. Not just close up everything in the box and shh, keep it quiet. Don't talk about it stuff. No. It might actually help us understand more. Anyway, gonna shut up. So, just sharing my thoughts. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.